kitchen's awful hot. That new candy I'm making just won't ever get cool.
Do you have to make candy today? I see it's such a hot day.
Well, I got all those new orders. Ed went out and got a whole bunch of new orders.
My, if it keeps on, I suppose you'll be opening up a store.
That's what Ed was saying, but I said no. I want to be a dancer.
Well, the only problem with dancing is it takes so long. You've been studying such a long time.
Only 8 years? After all, Mother, you've been writing plays for 8 years. We started about the same time, didn't we?
Yes, but you mustn't count my first 2 years because I was learning to type.
I think the candies are hardening up now, Miss Essie.
Oh, thanks, Reba. I'll bring some in, Mother. I want you to try it.
Finish the second act, Mrs. Sycamore. What, Reba? I said, did you finish the second act?
No, I've just got Cynthia entering a monastery.
She was at the Kit Kat, wasn't she?
Well, she gets tired of Kit Kat Club, and there's this monastery, so she goes there.
Do they let her in?
Oh, yes. I made it Visitor's Day, so anybody can come.
Oh.
And so, Cynthia arrives on Visitor's Day and just stays.
She stays all night?
She stays 6 years.
6 years? Why, I bet she bust that monastery wide open.
6 years later.
Mr. DePena? Mr. DePena, would you bring up one of those new skyrockets, please? I want to show them to Mrs. Sycamore. Sure. Look, Benny, how do you like these little firecrackers we just made? You can sell them 10 strings for $1. Just... Nice, huh?
Yeah. Oh, dear, were you ever in a monastery?
No, I wasn't. Where'd you see the new rockets? Gold stars, blue stars, then bombs, and then a balloon. Mr. DePena thought of the balloon.
That sounds lovely. Did you do all that today?
Yeah, we've been working quite a bit. We made up. Oh, here we are. Look, Benny, cost us 18 cents to make. We sell them for 50. How many do you think we make up before the 4th of July, Mr. DePena?
Well, we got 2 weeks yet. What day are you planning to take the stuff up to Mount Vernon?
About a week. You know, we're going to need a larger booth this year. We've got a lot of stuff made up. Come on, we're not through yet.
Look, Mr. Sycamore, I'm afraid the powder chamber's just a little bit close to the balloon.
Oh, we got the stars and the bombs in between.
But that don't give a balloon time enough. A balloon needs plenty of time.
Come on, let's go and sell her and try it.
All right.
Mr. DePena, if a girl you loved entered the monastery, what would you do?
Oh, I don't know, Mrs. Sycamore. It's been so long.
Miss Alice going to be home to dinner tonight, Miss Sycamore.
What, Reba?
I said, is Miss Alice going to be home to dinner tonight?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I'll set a place for her. She's only been home one night this week.
Yes, I know.
Miss Essie's making something new with the candy today. She's doing something new with coconuts.
That's nice.
Let's see, 6, and if Mr. DePena and Mr. Claythorpe come, that makes 8, don't it? Yes, I better set for 8.
Reba, I think I'll put this play away for a while and go back to the war play.
Oh, the war play. I always liked that one. Boom, boom.
They'll be better when they're harder, Mother, but try one. I want to know what you think.
They look lovely. What do you call them?
I think I'll call them love dreams.
That's nice. I'm going back to the war play. See, what do you think?
Oh, are you, Mother?
I sort of got myself stuck in a monastery and I can't get out.
Oh, well, it'll come to you, Mother. Remember how you got out of that brothel?
Oh,
The snakes look hungry. Did Reba feed them?
I don't know. Reba, did you feed the snakes yet?
No, Donald's coming in. He always brings flies with him.
Well, remember to feed them before Grandpa gets home. You know how fussy he is.
Yes, ma'am.
And here's little Groucho. Groucho, come on out, dear. Take Groucho into the kitchen with you. Thank you. I think I'll have another love dream.
Mr. DePena was right about the balloon. It was too close to the powder.
Want to look for your father? They're on the buffet.
No, thanks. I've got to wash.
Oh, Paul, I'm going back to the war play.
Oh, that's nice. see the new rockets. We put red stars after the bombs and then the balloon. That ought to do it.
You know, Mr. Blankoff says I'm his most promising pupil.
Well, you'd think with 40 monks and one girl, that something would happen.
Essie, hey, Essie.
I like it, Ed. Did you write it?
No, Beethoven.
Lovely. Got a lot of you in it. I made those new candies today, Ed.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can take them around tonight.
All right. Now, here's the finish. This is me. How's that?
Oh, that was fine. Remember it when Blankoff comes, will you?
Hey, dear, why don't you and Essie have a baby? I was thinking about that just the other day.
Well, I don't know. I guess we could have one if you wanted us to. How about it, Essie? Do you want to have a baby?
Oh, I don't care. I'm willing if Grandpa is.
Well, let's ask him.
Gee. Labor play, religious play, sex play. You know it's here someplace.
I was right about the balloon. It was too close to the powder chamber.
Hey, anything you want printed up, Mr. DePina? How about some more calling cards?
No, thanks. I still got the first 1,000.
Well, call on somebody, will you?
All right.
What are we having for dinner tonight, Reba? I'm ready to print up the menu.
Let's see, cornflakes, watermelon, some of those candies Miss Essie's making, and some kind of meat, I forget.
I think I'll set it up in bold-faced Cheltenham tonight. You know, if I'm gonna take those candies around, I better print up some descriptive matter after dinner.
You think anybody reads those things, Ed, that you put into the candy boxes? Oh, here's the wordplay. Poison gas. Oh, must be Donald. Look at Reba smile.
Boyfriend, eh, Reba?
They're so cute together, Donald and Reba. Just like Samson and Delilah.
Hello, Reba.
Donald!
Evening, everybody.
Hi, Donald. How you been?
Pretty good. How have you been, Miss Sycamore?
Oh, just fine. Say, Donald,
Yes, ma'am?
were you ever in monastery?
Oh, no. I don't get around much. I'm on relief, you know. Say, Reba, here's that jar of flies I was telling you about. I found this up today.
You surely did.
I see you've been working, Miss Sycamore.
Oh, yes, indeed, Donald.
How's Grandpa?
Oh, just fine. He's over at Columbia at the commencement exercise.
Oh, my, the years certainly do roll around.
M-E-A-T. What's he go there for all the time, Penny?
I don't know, but it's so handy, just around the corner.
Oh, Donald,
Yes, sir?
Mr. DePena and I are going to take the fireworks up to Mount Vernon next week. You think you'd give us a hand?
Yes, sir. No problem. Only I can't take any money for it this year because if the government finds out I've been working, they'll get sore.
No. Ed, you got a wonderful idea. The bathroom just now is reading Trotsky. That's yours, isn't it?
Yeah, I left it there.
Who is it?
You know Trotsky, the Russian Revolution?
Oh.
Anyhow, I got this great fireworks idea. Remember the last days of Pompeii?
Oh, yes. Palisades Park. That's where we met.
Anyway, I'm going to do the revolution, a full-hour display.
Say.
It's wonderful.
The red fire is the flag, huh?
Yeah, and the Tsar and the Cossacks.
What about the freeing of the slaves?
No, Donald, the Russian Revolution. Hello, Grandpa.
Well, sir, you should have been there. That's all I can say. You should have been there.
Was it a good commencement, Grandpa?
Wonderful. They get better every year. You don't know how lucky you are, you're snakes.
Big turnout this year, Grandpa? How many were there?
Must have been 2 acres. Everybody graduated. Yes, sir, and much funnier speeches than last year, too.
If you want to hear a good speech, you got to go up and listen to Father Divine.
I'll wait. They'll have him at Columbia.
Donald, will you tell Reba Grandpa's home and you'll be waiting for Miss Alice? Thank you.
Reba, Grandpa's home. We can have dinner now.
Made a new skyrocket today, Grandpa. When you see it.
Oh, evening, Grandpa.
Evening, Mr. DePina.
You're gonna make a fine rocket today, Mr. Defender.
We certainly did.
Wonder why they don't have fireworks at the commencement.
Don't make enough noise. You take a good commencement order, and you can drown out a whole carload of fireworks. Say just as much, too.
Don't the graduates ever say anything?
No, they just sit there in their cap and nightgown and get their diplomas, and then along about 40 years from now, they suddenly say, "Where am I?"
Hello, Grandpa. Have a nice day.
Hello, have a nice day. Don't I even get kissed?
Excuse me, Grandpa.
I'll take a tomato, too. You know, I could have used a couple of these this afternoon.
Mother?
No thanks.
Mother, no thank you, dear.
Say something, Ed.
All right.
There's a letter came for you, Grandpa. Did you get it?
Letter from me? I don't know anybody.
Well, it was for you. It has your name on it.
That's funny. Where is it?
I don't know. Where's Grandpa's letter, Mother? What year? Where's that letter came for Grandpa last week?
Right. Oh, I remember seeing the kittens on it.
Who was it from? Did you notice?
Yes, it was on the outside.
Well, who was it?
United States government.
Really? Wonder what they wanted.
There was one before that, too, from the same people. There was a couple of them.
Well, if any more come, I wish you'd give them to me.
Yes, Grandpa.
I think I'll go up to Westchester tomorrow and do a little snake hunting.
God is the state. The state is God.
What's that?
God is the state. The state is God.
Who says that?
Trotsky.
Oh, well, that's all right. I thought you said it.
It's nice for Britain, you know. Good and short. God is the state. The
And
state.
so the beautiful princess came into the palace, and she kissed her mother, and her father, and her grandfather.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Grandpa. And what do you think? They turned into the sycamore. Surprise?
Oh, Alice, I like it.
Do you?
Nice and summery.
Yes.
It's new, isn't it?
Yes. I took a long walk during lunch hour.
Well, you've been taking a lot of walks lately. That's the second new dress this week.
I just like to brighten up the office every once in a while. I'm known as K. Francis of Kirby and Company. So what's new around here in the way of plays, snakes, ballets, and fireworks? Dad, I bet you're down in the cellar all day today.
Huh?
I'm going back to the war play, Alice.
Really, Mother?
Hey, Dad, play Alice that Beethoven thing you wrote.
You know you can send a letter all the way from Nicaragua now for 2 potatoes?
Really?
Kenneth, my virginity is a priceless thing to me.
Listen, people, listen. I'm not at home to dinner tonight. A young gentleman is calling for me.
Really? Who is it?
I've done everything to discourage him from coming here, but he's calling for me tonight.
Well, why don't you go stay at dinner?
No, I want him to take you in small doses. So I've tried to prepare him a little, but try not to make it any worse than you can help. Mother, don't read him any plays. And Grandfather, don't let the snakes bite him, because I like him. And we don't dance for him, because we're going to the Monte Carlo Ballet tonight.
Can't do anything. Who is he, President of the United States?
No, he's Vice President of Kirby and Company, Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr.
The boss's son.
The boss's son, just like in the movies.
That explains the new dresses.
And not being home for dinner for 3 weeks.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Are you going to marry him?
Of course, tonight. Meanwhile, I'll go put my wedding dress on.
Oh, is he good looking?
Yes, in a word, he is. Oh, what time is it?
I don't know. Anybody know what time it is?
Mr. Defender might know.
It was about 5 o'clock a couple of hours ago.
I should have known better than to ask you. Mother, will you tell me the minute he comes in?
Of course, dear.
Yes, but Mother, I mean the minute he
Yes,
comes in.
dear. Yes, dear.
Well, be sure.
How about that?
Well, she seems to like him, if you ask me.
I should say
So she's got it bad.
Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if she married him? We could have the wedding right here in this room.
I have to tell you, this is the first time he's ever called on the girl.
Oh, you only called for me once.
Yeah, but young folks are different nowadays.
Oh, I don't know. Look at Anthony. He came to dinner once and just stayed.
Oh, anyhow, I think it's wonderful, don't you, Grandpa?
Well, she certainly seems happy about it.
Ooh, he must be crazy about her. I wonder if he's the one that's been taking her out every night. Oh, never mind, Rita. I'll answer it. Now, remember what she said. What Alice said, everybody.
be making a mistake.
How's that?
My card.
Wilbur C. Henderson, Internal Revenue Department.
That's right.
What can we do for you?
Does a Mr. Martin Vanderhoff live here?
Yes, sir, that's me.
Well, Mr. Vanderhoff, the government would like to talk to you about a little matter of income tax.
Income tax?
Mind if I sit down?
No, go right ahead.
Thank you.
What else? Is that Mr. Kirby? No, it's an internal something or other.
Where's the war? Where's the war?
What is it?
This is not going on.
Now, Mr. DePena, Grandpa's busy. Pardon me.
Oh!
Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, we've written you several letters about this, but have had no reply.
Oh, that's what those letters were.
I told you they're from the government.
According to our records, you've never paid an income tax.
That's right.
Well, why not?
Don't believe in it.
Well, you own property, don't you?
I do.
And you receive a yearly income from it
Yes, sir, I do.
of between $3,000 and $4,000.
They're about that.
You've been receiving it for years.
Well, quite some time, since 1901, if you want the exact date.
Well, we're only concerned from 1914 on. That's when the income tax started.
Well,
Well, it seems that you owe the government 24 years back income tax.
Wait a minute, you can't go back that far. That's outlawed.
What's your name?
What difference does that make?
Did you ever file an income tax return?
No, sir.
What was your income last year?
$28.50, wasn't it, Essie?
Yes, sir.
If you please. Now, Mr. Bennett, you know there's a substantial penalty for not filing an income tax return.
Penalty?
now, Mr. Henderson, let me ask you something. Suppose I was to pay this income tax. Now, mind you, I don't say I'm going to, but just for the sake of argument, suppose I did. What's the government going to do with the money?
How do you mean?
Well, what's the government do with it? I mean, if I go into Macy's and buy something, there it is, I see it. What's the government going to give me?
Well, the government gives you everything. It protects you.
What from?
Invasion. Foreigners might come in here and just take everything you got.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, if you didn't pay an income tax, they would. How do you think the government keeps up the Army and the Navy and all those battleships?
The last time we used battleships was in the Spanish-American War. All we got out of that was Cuba, and we gave that back. No, sir, I wouldn't mind paying if it was something sensible.
Sensible. All right, then what about Congress and the Supreme Court and the President? Now, we've got to pay them, don't we?
Not with my money, no, sir.
I'm not here to argue with you, Mr. Vanderhoff. All I know is that you haven't paid an income tax and you've got to pay it.
They've got to show me.
We don't have to show you. I just told you. All those buildings down in Washington and interstate commerce and the Constitution.
The Constitution was paid for a long time ago. And interstate commerce, say, what is interstate commerce anyway?
There are 48 states, you see, and if we didn't have interstate commerce, nothing could go from one to the other, you see?
Why not? They got fences.
No, they haven't got fences, they've got law. My God, I never came across anything like this before.
Well, I might pay about $75, but that's all it's worth.
You'll pay every cent of it, just like everyone else. And let me tell you something, you'll go to jail if you don't pay. You hear that? Now, that's the law, and if you think you're bigger than the law, you've got another thing coming. You're no better than anybody else, and the sooner you get that through your head, the better. You're gonna hear from the United States government, that's all I got to say.
Look out for those snakes.
Now, that's our report.
I like it.
My goodness, he was mad, wasn't he?
Oh, it's not his fault. It's just that the whole thing is so silly.
Mr. Kirby.
Thank you. I hope I'm not keeping you from dinner.
No, no, have a tomato.
No, thank you.
Oh. How about a piece of candy?
No thanks.
Oh, I forgot to introduce Mr. DePina. Mr. DePina, Mr. Kirby, Mr. Kirby, Mr. DePina.
How do you do? Wasn't I reading something about your father in the paper the other day? Didn't he get indicted or something?
Oh, hardly that. He just testified before the Securities Commission.
Oh!
Oh, I'm sure there was nothing crooked about it, Mr. DePina. As a matter of fact, Alice has often told us what a lovely man your father is.
Well, I know Father couldn't get along without Alice. She knows more about the business than any of us.
Aren't you awful young, Mr. Kirby, to be vice president of a big place like that?
Well, you know what that means, vice president. All I have is a desk with my name on it.
Oh, is that all? Did you get any salary?
Well, a little. More than I'm worth, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, now you're being modest.
Sounds kind of dull to me. Wall Street, you like it?
Well, I haven't been there very long, and the hours are short.
Just out of college, huh?
Well, I knocked around for a while first. Just sort of had fun.
Oh, what'd you do, travel?
For a while. Then I went to Cambridge for a year.
England.
That's right.
Yeah. Say, what's an English commencement like? You ever see one?
Very impressive.
They are, huh?
Anyhow, now the fun's over, and I'm facing the world.
Well, you're certainly off to a good start, Mr. Kirby. Vice president and a rich father.
Well, that's hardly my fault.
So now I suppose you're all ready to settle down and get married.
Yeah, really, I'm sure Mr. Kirby knows it don't mind.
I wasn't making up some mind for him, was I, Mr. Kirby?
That's quite all right, Mrs. Sycamore.
There, you see.
You mustn't rush him, Mother.
All I meant was he's bound to get married, and suppose the wrong girl gets him.
Well, here I am. Admission. Apparently you have time to get acquainted.
Oh, yes, we were having a lovely chat about love and marriage.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry. I came down as quickly as I
I
could.
didn't mind in the least.
And those flies in the kitchen.
Oh, Miss Alice, you look beautiful. Where are you going?
We're going out.
Stepping out, eh? Oh, that must be Kalinka.
All right. Hey, Grandpa, I forgot. You take cream on your cornflakes?
Half and half, don't you?
Ah, my little Babiska!
Yes, sir, Mr. Kalinka.
Kalinkov, all right.
Well, good evening, everybody.
Hello, Kalinkov.
Grandpa, what do you think? I got a letter from Russia. He sent me 5-year plan.
I practiced today, Mr. Kalenko.
My dear Lova.
Well, if you'll excuse us, Mr. Glencoff.
Miss Alice, never have I seen you look so magnificent.
Thank you, Mr. Glencoff. Tony, this is Mr. Glencoff as his dancing teacher. Mr. Kirby.
How do you do?
Well, if you'll excuse us, we're going to the Monte Carlo Ballet tonight.
The Monte Carlo, it stinks.
Swell. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
The Monte Carlo Ballet.
Oh, isn't Mr. Kirby lovely? Come on, everybody, dinner's ready.
I thought he was a nice fella, didn't you?
And so good looking.
And he had such nice manners. Did you notice his manners, Paul? Nice manners.
I certainly did. You were getting pretty personal with it.
Oh, now, Paul. Anyways, he's a fine young man.
He looks like a cousin of mine.
Fox, Diabla, then you had the ballet.
If they get married, maybe I could put the altar right where the snakes are. You wouldn't mind, would you, Grandpa?
Not if the snakes don't.
No, he'll want to get married in a church, his family and everything.
I like it too. Quiet, everybody, quiet. Well, sir, we've been getting along pretty well for quite a while now, and we are certainly much obliged. Of course, all we ask is to go along in our own way and be happy. We would like to keep our health, but as far as anything else is concerned, we'll leave it up to you. Thank you. So, the second 5-year plan is a failure, eh, Kalinko?
Catastrophic. Until they tried the
Isn't
third
that
5-year
exciting?
plan.
Let's play the house. Let him.
That's what I'm
outside amphitheater gives me a thrill.
Tony, it's been so lovely. I need to have it over.
Is it over? Do I have to go right away?
Not if you don't want to.
I don't.
Would you like a cold drink?
Wonderful.
Let's see what's in the fridge. Want to come along?
I follow you to the ends of the earth.
Just the kitchen, isn't it?
Why, I like it. You've done it quite simply. Others are doing
Yes, we didn't decide on Empire or Neo-Grecian.
So you settled for Frigidaire?
That's easy enough to live with.